You're good to go, Freeman.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Hutchinson Elementary Go Team meeting, where we will follow the agenda as it has been emailed to you and publicly noticed. I would like to remind everyone that this is a meeting of the Go Team. Only members of the team may participate in the discussion. Any members of the public present are here to quietly observe. For members of the Go Team, please identify yourself when you speak. I am pleased to call this meeting of Hutchinson Elementary Go Team to order at 4:01 p.m. Our first order of business is to call roll. The secretary will now take the roll.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will now call roll. Dedrina Steele.
Here.
Shanae Freeman.
Present.
Ms. Ortiz. I'm sorry.
No, you're right, Ortiz.
Ortiz. Ms. Atkinson here. Melissa St. Joy. Ryan Dunn. April Payne. And Michelle Sanchez.
Here.
Welcome, Ms. Sanchez.
Thank you.
You're on mute, Ms. Freeman.
This team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. Ms. Atkinson, is there a quorum present?
We do have a quorum.
Okay, so we'll proceed to the discussion of action items. Our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you, and copies are available. They're available on the screen. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Not at this time.
May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. Ortiz?
Dedrina Steele, I second the motion.
All opposed, please say nay. Okay. We'll review and approve the meeting minutes from our last meeting. Again, the minutes have been provided to you. And are there any corrections to the minutes? If there are no further go ahead.
I'm about to say not at this time.
If there are no further corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes?
Ms. Atkinson, I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
Dedrina Steele, I second the motion.
Okay. Our first action item are the action items, correct? We're just approving the action items.
Yes, Ms. St. Joy is going to talk about the strategic plan.
Okay, so we're going to discuss the 2025-2030 strategic plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for meeting even on this snow apocalypse, ice storm, whatever you received in your home weekend. The this helps us with our budgeting process. So this is the first step. We did the approval of the minutes, and now we're going to have a discussion about the strategic plan. We will also rank our strategic plan objectives after we have our discussion. So there are no proposed program changes. We're finalizing our strategic plan that we've been discussing the last couple of meetings. And we're going to rank the order of those objectives for 26-27 school year. So in our last meeting, we reviewed the mission and vision, we reviewed the proposed goals, and we identified our goals for 2025-2030. Right now, we're in the space in which we approve our strategic plan and rank our objectives for FY27. So we're on the 4th business meeting. So as we approve the strategic plan and rank the objectives, we're going to review and discuss what we set out for our school for 25-2030. Take any actions on our strategic plan would be the ranking. Review and discuss our 26-27 strategic plan ranking, and action on our 2026-2027 strategic plan objective rankings. So compiling all the notes from the previous meetings, and can you guys see the PowerPoint? I forgot to ask that when I started. We have
Yes.
this is the updated format, but our mission and our vision. And what we did is we used the key performance indicators given to us by the district to formulate those strategic goals. So goal 1 is by the end of May of 2030, the number of 3rd through 5th grade students scoring proficient and above on the spring EOG ELA will increase from 17%, which is where we are this year, to 37.6% by the SY 29-30 school year. We have the same goal for mathematics, going from 17 to 37.6% by SY 29-30. And by May of 2030, the number of students coming each day, Monday through Friday, will increase from 63%, where it currently is, to 75.9% at 29-30. We also have our bullet points that were under each of the back to basics strategic plan initiatives and where we fall under that. So our goals were to improve the percentage of students achieving proficient and distinguished on Georgia milestones, implement STEM engineering and design program model that leads to obtaining STEM certification by 2029, reduce barriers for school attendance, and decrease absenteeism. Our goals are repeated under we are sparking student curiosity. And they also repeat in our strength is in our team, building the teacher capacity for core content areas, particularly math, science, ELA, and STEM education, and recommend high quality staff for vacant positions that arise. Our responsibility is shared, supporting social, emotional, behavioral, and mental well-being of staff and students through PBIS. And that's the same thing under our school is efficient and effective. Action on our 2025-2030 strategic plan. The Go team needs to take action on its new 2025-2030 strategic plan. After a motion and second, the Go team may have additional discussion. Once the discussion is concluded, the Go team will vote. So it's to you, Ms. Freeman. Or anybody to make the motion.
Oh, I make a motion to vote on the 2025-2030 strategic plan.
Adriana Steele,
that motion.
I second.
Yeah. Okay, So are we, what do we do after that? Are we moving to the discussion items?
Oh, no, we going to vote on the strategic plan.
Okay,
Was there any discussion on it though?
Mhm.
Oh, no, oh, yeah, we can.
I
So
can go
what
back.
Ms. Oh, I was about to say, what Ms. St. George just showed us is what we should discuss.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we have 3 goals, strategic goals that we need to discuss.
Hey, this is Chandra from the Go Team office. How y'all doing?
Good.
Hello,
How are
Ms.
you?
Gibson.
Good. Yeah. So somebody made the motion to approve the plan.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was there a second?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So then the question is just, is there any discussion? You don't have to have discussion. It's just, this just opens the door to, if anybody did have questions or anything else, they wanted to say or ask, this would be the opportunity to do it. As they say, we just want to make sure at this point, all hearts and minds are clear. So you don't have to go back, and talk about things. But if somebody did have something that they wanted to discuss, then you could.
Did anybody have anything they wanted to discuss?
I think,
I didn't. I understood it when you presented it.
yes.
And so since there's no discussion, then now you guys can vote on the motion. So the chair, you can just say, okay, now we're going to vote. And then the secretary would record the votes.
okay, we're gonna vote on the, discussion for this, strategic plan.
All right.
So all those who are in favor would just say aye or raise your hands.
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
And then all those who are opposed.
2.
Okay, and is there anybody that would like to abstain? Any abstentions? Okay, so then now the secretary, could you just read out the results of the vote?
Yes. We have in favor, we have Ms. Atkinson, Ms. Ortiz, Ms. Steele, Ms. Sanchez, and Ms. Freeman. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 votes. We don't have any anyone that sustained or any abstentions.
Okay, so then the motion carries. So that means that it passed. So the strategic plan is approved, and now you guys can go on to the rankings.
Right.
Okay.
So the Go Team, we haven't ranked the objectives, but we're ranking them for preparation for the budget development in January through March. The ranked objectives will serve as the budget parameters. These are, I just put them on here. This is no ranking order per se. I just took them off the strategic plan and listed them here. The ones in green repeated. So I just highlighted them in green. But these are what we are ranking in priority. So and for clarification on this sheet, I have the Atlanta Public School strategic headers in the black bullet, and ours I just put under in the indented bullet.
Okay.
Questions about the order? Anything we need to flip around? You're on mute.
Sorry, I was saying that I was thinking that we are sparking student curiosity should go second after we are strengthening our instructional core,
Okay.
and then followed by we are caring for every child, where we reduce the barriers to attendance.
And just to clarify, what's at the bottom where it says lower, that's our lowest priority?
Right. So
Is that
they're
what
all
you're saying?
priorities, but whatever we
Yes.
lift this out as, when I'm making the budget recommendations, I'm looking to this priority. So if hypothetically, if the PBIS was the highest priority, I would ensure that the funds I allocated clearly support PBIS. So, that's having our PBIS coach, some of the things that we have in place, and that would be the top priority. So it kind of goes like that. The order that we put it in is just kind of what I keep in mind in the parameters in trying to build out our budget.
Okay. So it seems like
You
just to,
mentioned moving this to 2.
right.
Yes,
Okay.
and I think we should keep the attendance as the third one.
Okay.
Or maybe, I'm sorry,
Can
changing my
you
mind.
number that also? Can you?
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Okay.
I'm putting numbers in there. You said
Make it easier.
this be the third one. This be the first one.
Mhm. Can I make a change for the third one? Can we make it number 4? Because I'm thinking that our strength is our team. We will build teacher capacity. Should be third, where we keeping all instruction together. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
I'm just doing your feedback.
Oh, okay, okay.
So number 1, we improve the percentage of students achieving it proficient.
And then I guess shared responsibility in school is efficient and effective should be 4 and 5.
You mean 5?
Sorry, 5 and 6. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I wonder about the our school is efficient, if that should have a higher ranking, just because if they're not settled and they're socially emotional, we'll never get, I mean, it seems like it could be more difficult to reach number 1. So I'm feeling like number 6 should be higher, at least not the last one in terms of priority.
Okay.
I don't know what your thoughts are.
I kind of got to let you guys have the discussion. I think at the end of the day, all of this is a number 1 priority for me.
Yeah. I mean, just the rest of the team, what your thoughts are.
And Principal St. Joy, you can participate in the discussion. You can't
Okay.
vote. But you can, absolutely participate in the discussion.
Ms. Payne is still Ms. Sanchez.
The school should be efficient and effective, right, for everything to take place. So, Principal St. Joy, this is a lot. But I do agree that our school is efficient and effective probably shouldn't be last, because that drives everything that's on here, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
So my thoughts are our strength is in our team as number 1. Because if the
Mhm.
teachers have the capacity and they're highly qualified, it's going to impact. We are strengthening our instructional core by improving those percentages and the STEM implementation. Then our school is effective and efficient. I think I think in terms of a waterfall,
Mhm.
right? So if you fall and you have high quality teachers, you're increasing your achievement, you're addressing the social and emotional needs. I feel like automatically that would impact attendance next. Um, so that's kind of what my mindset is in the order.
Mhm.
And you said this is in terms of funding? How is
So the funds are the funds, but as we build the budget, I keep the strategic priorities in mind.
Mhm. Yeah. So when I'm thinking about the emotional and behavioral and mental well-being of students, as far as it may be at the bottom. However, some of those supports are not coming from the school's budget per se. So we have wraparound services. Um,
Mhm.
we have the counselor in the school, we have the social worker. The PBIS is not necessarily something that costs. We do have to, have some things, some funding maybe to support some of the activities, but not a lot of it has been where we have to fund
Yeah.
it. So it's in regards to, like I said, it may be last, but as far as funding, I don't think it's a top
So
priority, but
yeah,
the funding is not,
and Ms. Freeman's correct. The supports of like the wraparound services we don't pay for that. So we have family ties, we have our counselor, we have our social worker, we have outside support from the district, homeless liaisons. We have implemented the PBIS ourselves through following the curriculum, and Miss Long has served as a coach. The only extra things that we really need from it, that sponsors like the celebrations and stuff, we get that money from partners. So financially, that's not a big core portion of our budget. Any numbers need to change?
But I still follow your waterfall concept, even though that's at the last. I mean, even though in terms of funding, but I follow that logic of what you were saying.
Yeah.
I still feel like it should be higher though.
and then we still have number 5 as our responsibility is shared. Will support the social and
Yeah,
emotional.
it is 5 and 6. The
So,
only change I would make to this, I think I would put the current number 3 at number 1,
Mm-hmm.
just because I think the high quality teachers who have the capacity impact everything else.
I agree with that.
Are you able to do that, put that in that order now, just so we could get a visual?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll do it in a different color. Does that help? Um,
Should number 1 be 3 instead of 2?
So that's my suggestion,
Oh, I got you.
1 and 2, and I think the others kind of cascade down. I would put that as 3. Leave that as 4. Um, and this too, like it kind of repeats itself. But I do personally think if you have high quality teachers, they're engaging, the kids are going to want to come to school, like all of that other stuff kind of just falls its way down.
Okay.
So we want the orange numbers or the red numbers or a mix of the orange and the red.
I think the orange um has the most people on board for it.
Right.
Sanchez, Ortiz, you're still processing.
No, I agree.
I
Okay.
did too.
All right.
With orange, yeah.
All right. So now the Go team needs to take action, vote on the ranked strategic objectives. After this motion and second, the Go team may have additional discussion. Once the discussion is concluded, the Go team will vote.
We need to make a
Um,
motion.
And I can I think it comes up again. I will change the order to reflect the orange.
Okay.
Um,
So we had the discussion, correct?
mhm.
Okay.
We need the motion to vote.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the strategic plan?
The
In
objectives.
its ranked order.
In its ranked order. All in favor?
I'd like to make a motion, and then we need somebody to second it.
Teacher in the still,
I'll
I second
second
the
that
motion.
motion.
Okay.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. If there are any abstentions, please say abstain.
Perfect.
We have 5 that approve, no, no one disagrees, all are in favor and no abstentions.
Okay. So what's next? February Go team feedback meetings. The Go team will take actions on my draft budget before the principal staffing conference. So I have a staffing conference on February 23rd. We will need to add an additional meeting in February before that break. So I can give you guys the budget recommendations after I go to the staffing conference, the cluster superintendent reviews it, and the HR staffing conferences, as I said, take place in March. There'll be a final Go team approval after the school staffing conference and before March 13th. The Go team will take action on the final budget recommendations. Any questions?
No, Can we go ahead and choose a date now because our next Go Team meeting is scheduled for February 23rd, and I think we need one prior to that.
So Monday the 2nd or Monday the 9th? Or it doesn't have to be Monday if another day works better. It just has to be outside of the school hours.
For some reason, I had February 9th as one of our meetings already. Did you guys have that?
No, I have February 23rd.
Okay.
March 9th is the one in March. So I think we'll be good prior to that, right, Ms. St. Joe?
Okay.
You had to do March 13th. So we have March 9th, but we'll just need an additional one for February.
February.
Yeah.
I would say the 9th then, if just put that out there. Excuse me. The 9th of February.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Miss Payne, Miss Sanchez, Miss Steele.
I'm okay with the 9th.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm not opposed to the 9th, but I have to be in court that day. I don't know what time it's gonna be over. I think it starts at 2 p.m. that day, at 1 or 2 p.m. I have to look back at the paperwork, but if I can be on, I'll be on.
All right. Thank you, Miss Payne. Well, I will schedule us for the for February 9th. And if you could join, just get on Miss Payne. Just let me know, Miss Payne, when you're able to look at your paperwork.
Next, we have our information items, the principal's report and cluster advisory report. We did discuss in our previous meeting, but there are some highlights that I will go back over. But I'm going to start the discussion with our school's CCRPI, which is the College and Career Performance Index. We grew in our CCRPI from the previous year. And amongst the 5 elementary schools, we are number 2 in our CCRPI. We have grown in content mastery. So all these little up arrows mean that you're going in the right direction. We have grown in our progress. So when we're saying we grew in content mastery, that means the number of kids that are proficient and distinguished. Progress means that they demonstrated growth. So even if they were still in the same band, maybe developing, they scored higher in developing than they did the previous year. So we're making progress and we're also closing gaps. Also, for our English language learners, 90% of them passed their access assessment. And we also grew in our reading readiness, something that I noticed looking at our data. In 2022, we only had 29% of our students reading at or above grade level. As of last spring, we had 49. So that's tremendous growth that we have made, and we are trending in the right direction. School updates, we still have APTT night this Thursday night. Come out, invite your friends. We have a house meeting on the 30th. This meeting is actually at 1 p.m. Science fair for select students on the 28th. And, I put house meeting on there twice. I apologize. Parent conference day is February 3rd and 4th. If you would like to schedule a conference with your child's teacher, please look to those 2 dates. The teachers will begin sending communication. Please make sure you reach out. Our College and Career Ready Week is February 9th. We have a Valentine's Day dance on the 13th. The winter break is the 16th through the 20th. Our Black History program is February 26th. The plan is very exciting, so please come out. And on the 27th, we have our February house meeting. So those are the major school updates. Cluster advisory, right now district and the Go team are in the process of renewing our charter system. That's what gives us some of the flexibility that we have at school. So they are trying to renew that application. We're also in budget season, so preparing for next year and still working toward all of our mass efforts with student attendance. Announcements, if you have not, and Ms. Keitha, I'm going to ask you to email this. At the end, attended the budget training. The finance department and the Go Team office will host 3G3 district-wide budget trainings, which include an overview of the school's allocation and governance roles and responsibilities. So basically, it's just going to give you a deeper understanding of what I'll be talking about in the coming weeks. Every Go Team member is required to attend one of these 3 sessions. Please help, and we need to encourage us to go and register. So I will send those links. If you could register to attend one of those meetings, it would be helpful. And that concludes the principal's report. And I actually have a couple more slides for our budget process to explain to you what's about to happen. So right now we were in step number 2, which is the district-wide budget allocation meeting. We will then go through 3 through 7 as we finalize the budget, but this is the process that we go through. We just finished up 1, the strategic plan and ranking the objectives. So budget allocation meeting, during this Go Team meeting, the principal will provide an overview of the school's budget. This meeting provides an opportunity for the principal and the Go Team to ensure alignment on the school's key strategic priorities, gain deeper understanding of the budget position allocations, and gather input to drive the development of the draft. And this is happening now. So right now, my role as the principal is to design the budget and propose operational changes that can raise student achievement, formulate strategies to implement and manage the school level, focus on the day-to-day operations, serve as an expert on the school, hire quality instructional and support staff, collaborate with the Go Team on the use of school level flexibility for all position allocations. The Go Team's role is to focus on the big picture, positions and resources, not people. Ensure the budget is aligned to the school's mission, vision, and that the resources are allocated to support key strategic priorities. Collaborate with the principal on the use of the school level flexibility for the allocations. So some of the examples of flexibility is like Miss Ortiz, I still want Spanish for my kids, but we share you with BAMO. So that's a flexible space for us. I may allocate, other things. In the past, we actually only qualify for 0.4 specialist teachers. So that would mean everybody shares, but we have been able to manage more full-time staff, but that also supports our teachers in planning for instruction. So kind of flexibility like that. So again, this is our strategic plan as it's laid out. Our goal by 2030 is to be at 37.6% proficiency in both ELA and math, and to increase the number of students attending each day. And I copied and pasted our updated ranking on this slide, but we know that we want to build the capacity of our teachers. We want to improve the percentage of students at proficient and distinguished. We want to implement STEM. We want to support social, emotional, behavior, well-being. We want to reduce barriers for attendance. So in our budget parameters, some of the things that I laid out for us to keep in mind is to improve the percentage of students achieving proficient and distinguished on the milestones. And it's kind of the thing across, ensure that students are receiving maximized opportunities for achievement and remediation daily. Build capacity of teachers in core areas, particularly math, ELA, science, and STEM education. Creating environments where teachers are continuing to build their capacity and impact student learning. reduce barriers for attendance. This continues to be a need for our students, but we need to look closely at maximizing our budget to make this work. Recommend highly qualified staff for vacant positions. Highly qualified teachers support daily instruction at Hutchinson. Full implementation of district intervention initiatives, dedicate time for students to receive specific interventions and enrichment. Think about that in terms of MTSS and the support that Ms. Parks provides as far as giving response to intervention, suggestions to teachers to try to kind of support the student learning. Supporting the social, emotional, behavioral, and mental well health beings of students and staff through PBI desks, addressing the various behavioral needs of our students to create a safe learning environment. We've seen tremendous growth with the behaviors here through our PBIS and our wraparound services, the supports of Dr. Rao, Ms. Freeman, Ms. Parks, Ms. Akithia, and other staff that I'm just not thinking of on the top of our heads. So that has been great here. And implement STEM engineering and design program model that leads to obtaining STEM school certification by 2029. So support the instructional strategies in STEM to earn the Godot state certification. So these are our budget allocations that are coming up on the next slide. This budget represents an investment plan for our school's employees, students, employees, and community as a whole. The budget recommendations are tied directly to the school's strategic vision and direction. The proposed budget for the general operations of school is reflected as $5,834,090. The investment for FY27 accommodates student population that is projected to be 245, which is a decrease from 265 in this school year. So this is a sample of the allocation tab that we're going to see. This right here is what we are currently earning. This is what we had last year. And this is the difference. So keep in mind, we went from 265 to 245, which was a decrease. So what does that mean for the funds? It also decreased. So right now, this is our allocations for Hutchinson Elementary. Again, this box right here is what we're allocated for. This is what we had last year, and this is what we have the difference. So the difference is that we are negative $711,935. And it's based off of student enrollment, our EIP, our gifted, our special ed, all those things kind of come together to get this grand total in number. Now also keep in mind, let's say we're projected for 245 and we get to 265 by the beginning of the year count. We will get the money for that difference in students. But our goal right now is to hit 245. But you see the differences here. Additional things that we earn, innovative programming allotment, which is our signature program. We do not have turnaround funds. We did have turnaround funds last year. So when you're looking at that 711,000 number, please remember that we earned 534,000 last year because we were school improvement, but we are no longer school improvement. Yay us! But that means they take the money away that you use to get you off of school improvement. So that's a big chunk of that difference in that money. We are getting our Title I funds up front. They're not holding anything back. We have a little less for family engagement. Last year we had a security, or this year we have a security grant in our budget. We've used it to get additional cameras and lighting in our building. But next year we still have the security grant, but we have to write a proposal. It's being kept in a bank for the district. Also, that field trip allocation, we still do have field trip transportations. We just need to write a rationale for it, and those funds would be dispersed. Stipends for teachers, so that are teachers that serve as teacher leaders in our building. And again, it's built based off of our FTE. So those are our additional earnings. Where are we going? During our next meeting, the principal, that's me, will present the proposed FY27 budget for feedback and discussion. The principal and chair know if you use any additional information you will need for our next discussion. And that concludes the budget portion of the presentation. And that concludes my principal's report and announcements, Ms. Freeman.
Okay. Do we have any additional announcements from anyone? Okay, and our next Go Team is scheduled for February 9th. Is that correct, Ms. Atkinson? We're having 2 in February.
Yes, that is correct. The
So
9th and the
February 9th.
23rd.
February 9th and February 23rd. Okay. Do we have any additional announcements from anyone? If not, we have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any additional business at this time? May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Ortiz, I'll make a motion.
A second.
Deidre Steele, I second.
All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, please raise your hand. If there are any abstentions, please raise your hand. Okay. Ms. Atkinson, will you note the names of the members making the motions?
I'm one. I was trying to raise my hand, but I couldn't find it.
Oh,
Okay, it appears that we have all 7 members agreeing to adjourn the meeting.
okay. Meeting is adjourned at 4:48.